Jake opened his banking app on Monday morning. He was checking his savings account like he does every week, and he noticed something. His interest rate had changed. Again. He did not know why. He did not know who made that decision. He did not even know who was running the Federal Reserve anymore. All he knew was that his mortgage payment was higher than it was 2 years ago. His credit card interest was eating him alive, and his savings were not growing fast enough to keep up with anything. Jake is not alone. Millions of Americans have no idea that one single person, sitting in one building in Washington, D.C., has more control over their financial life than any boss they have ever had, any landlord they have ever rented from, any bank they have ever borrowed from. That person just changed, and the man who replaced him could change everything about your money. Today, I'm going to decode exactly who Kevin Warsh is, why he just became the most powerful person in your financial life, what he is likely to do with interest rates, and what you need to do right now to protect yourself. Stay with me, because this one affects your mortgage, your credit card, your savings account, your retirement, and your job, all at the same time. Let us start from the very beginning, because most Americans hear the words Federal Reserve and immediately tune out. They think it is something for Wall Street, something for economists, something that has nothing to do with their actual life. That is the biggest financial mistake you can make. The Federal Reserve is the most powerful financial institution on earth, and understanding what it does is the difference between making smart money decisions and getting blindsided over and over again. So here's what the Federal Reserve actually is. In plain language, the Federal Reserve is America's central bank. It was created in 1913 to stabilize the American financial system, and it has one job above all others: control the cost of money. Here's what that means in your life. When the Federal Reserve raises interest rates, borrowing money gets more expensive, your mortgage payment goes up, your credit card interest goes up, car loans get more expensive, business loans get more expensive. Everything that involves borrowing money gets harder when the Federal Reserve cuts interest rates. Borrowing gets cheaper, mortgage payments drop, credit card rates fall, it becomes easier to buy a home, easier to start a business, easier to make big purchases. The Federal Reserve does not directly set your mortgage rate or your credit card rate, but it sets the benchmark that everything else is built on. Think of it like the root of a tree. The Fed rate is the root, and every loan and credit product in America is a branch growing from that root. When the root moves, every branch moves with it, and for the last 2 years, that root has been moving in ways that have made life significantly harder for ordinary Americans. Now, let us talk about Jerome Powell, because to understand Kevin Warsh, you need to understand the man he replaced. Jerome Powell became Fed chair in 2018, and his defining moment came in 2022 when inflation hit 9.1%, the highest level in 40 years. Powell's response was aggressive. He raised interest rates 11 times between 2022 and 2023, taking rates from near zero all the way up to 5.25%, the highest level in 23 years. That strategy worked. Inflation came down, but the medicine had serious side effects. Mortgage rates that were at 3% in 2021 climbed above 7% by 2023 and never fully came back down. Millions of Americans who wanted to buy homes got priced out of the market permanently. Millions of existing homeowners got locked into their low-rate mortgages, afraid to move because they would lose their rate forever. And now Jerome Powell's term has ended, and Kevin Warsh has walked into one of the most difficult economic environments any Fed chair has ever inherited. Let us talk about who Kevin Warsh actually is, because this matters enormously for your money. Kevin Warsh is not a traditional economist. He is a Wall Street lawyer and banker who served on the Federal Reserve Board from 2006 to 2011. He was there during the 2008 financial crisis. He watched the system collapse up close, and he has strong opinions about what the Fed should and should not do. Here's what makes Warsh different from Powell, and why it matters to you. Powell was a consensus builder. He moved slowly. He telegraphed every decision months in advance. He was predictable. Warsh is known for being more aggressive, more willing to make bold moves, more focused on fighting inflation, even if it causes short-term pain. And here is why that is terrifying for ordinary Americans right now. Because the economy is already under enormous stress. Inflation jumped to 3.8% in April 2026. The Iran war is pushing gas to $4.50 a gallon. Supply chains are disrupted. Prices are rising everywhere. And now the Federal Reserve has a new leader who is more likely to raise rates to fight that inflation than to cut them to help struggling Americans. Let us talk about the number that should be making every American nervous right now. 1 month ago, the chance of a Fed rate hike in 2026 was 1%. Just 1%. Almost zero. Nobody expected rates to go up. Then the Iran war escalated, inflation spiked, and Kevin Warsh took over. And today, the chance of a rate hike has jumped to 45%. In 1 month, the probability of your borrowing costs going up went from 1% to 45%. That is not a small shift. That is a seismic change in the financial landscape, and most Americans have absolutely no idea it happened. Now, let us talk about what a rate hike actually means for your specific financial life. Because this is not abstract, this is your money, your mortgage, if you have a variable rate mortgage or an adjustable rate mortgage. A rate hike directly increases your monthly payment. If you were hoping to buy a home this year, a rate hike makes that home even less affordable. Mortgage rates that are currently sitting around 6.3 to 6.5% could climb back towards 7% or higher if the Fed hikes. That would add hundreds of dollars to a monthly mortgage payment on a $400,000 home. Your credit card. The average American carries $4,000 in credit card debt at an average interest rate of around 22%. If the Fed raises rates, that 22% climbs higher, you are paying more interest on every dollar you owe. Every single month. Your car loan. New car loans are already averaging around 7 to 8% interest. A Fed rate hike pushes those rates even higher, making car ownership more expensive for every American who needs to finance a vehicle, your savings account. Here's the one place a rate hike actually helps you. Higher rates mean higher savings account yields. If you have cash sitting in a high yield savings account, a rate hike is good news. But for most Americans, the pain of higher borrowing costs outweighs the benefit of slightly higher savings yields. Your retirement account? This is where it gets complicated. Higher rates tend to slow the stock market because when bonds pay more, investors move money from stocks to bonds, which pulls money out of the stock market, which pushes stock prices lower. If your retirement savings are in stocks or index funds, a Fed rate hike could slow the growth of all of your retirement account significantly. Now, let us talk about the bigger picture, because there is something happening right now that is genuinely unprecedented. Kevin Warsh is walking into a situation where he faces two problems that are pulling in completely opposite directions. On one side, inflation is rising, the Iran war is pushing energy prices up, tariffs are pushing consumer prices up, and the economy is showing signs of overheating in some areas. The traditional Fed response to rising inflation is to raise rates, cool down the economy, bring prices under control. But on the other side, the economy is also showing signs of stress. Retail spending is slowing, consumer confidence is falling. 10 of the last 12 recessions were preceded by an oil price spike exactly like the one happening right now. And if Warsh raises rates into a slowing economy, he could tip America into a recession. This is the impossible position Kevin Warsh is in: fight inflation and risk a recession, or protect the economy and let inflation run hot. There is no perfect answer, and the decision he makes in the coming months will ripple through every American's financial life. Now, let us talk about what smart Americans are doing right now, because regardless of what Warsh decides, there are moves you can make today that protect you no matter which direction rates go. Number 1, lock in a fixed rate mortgage immediately if you're buying a home. If you're in the market right now and you have a choice between a fixed rate and an adjustable rate mortgage, take the fixed rate. Even if it is slightly higher, you are buying protection against a potential rate hike. If rates go up, your payment stays the same. If rates go down, you can refinance. The adjustable rate gamble is too risky in this environment. Number 2, pay down credit card debt as fast as possible. This is urgent. If rates go up, your credit card interest goes up with it. Every dollar of credit card debt you eliminate today is protection against higher interest charges tomorrow. If you have multiple cards, focus all extra payments on the highest interest card first. Number 3, move your emergency fund to a high-yield savings account now. If the Fed raises rates, savings account yields will go up. You want your cash in a high-yield account to capture that increase. Regular bank savings accounts pay almost nothing. High-yield savings accounts are currently paying around 4 to 5%, and that rate could go higher if Warsh hikes. Number 4, do not panic sell your investments. Market volatility is going to increase as Warsh settles into his role and makes his first decisions. You are going to see scary headlines, big swings in the stock market, alarming news about rate hikes and recession risks. Do not react emotionally. If you are more than 10 years from retirement, stay invested and ignore the noise. If you're close to retirement, talk to a financial advisor about reducing your exposure to volatile assets. Number 5, understand that uncertainty itself is the risk right now. Nobody knows exactly what Warsh is going to do. Not Wall Street, not economists, not even Warsh himself knows exactly how the next 6 months will unfold. The best protection against uncertainty is a strong financial foundation. An emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses, low debt, diversified investments, and a clear understanding of your own financial situation. Here is the bottom line. A new person is now in charge of the most powerful financial institution on earth. Kevin Warsh has just become the most important person in your financial life. More important than your employer. More important than your landlord. More important than your bank. Because the decisions he makes about interest rates in the next 12 months will determine the cost of your mortgage, the cost of your debt, the growth of your retirement account, and the stability of your job. Most Americans will never hear his name, will never understand what he does, and will be blindsided by every decision he makes. You now understand exactly who he is, what he controls, and what you need to do to protect yourself. You have been decoded. If this video explains something that nobody else made clear for you, subscribe to Money Decoder 3004, because every single week, we decode the financial forces that are quietly controlling ordinary Americans. Simply, honestly, and clearly. Drop a comment below and tell me, are you worried about interest rates going up again? Tell me below. I read every single comment, and I will see you in the next decode.